8 more arrests in connection with the July unrest last year. They were in court today. That's 34 people this month alone. I'm joined now by the spokesperson for the Hawks, Thandi Mbambo. Thandi Mbambo, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, there's a sense that the Hawks and the NPA are building up a real momentum here. Why this flood of arrests now? It's a year since the unrest.
Good evening, and to your viewers. Yes, it's a year later, and the reason behind this, you'll understand, as you've safely said, this is a prosecution-guided investigation, and as in any other cases that are investigated by the Hawks, they are mostly complex, and they require a lot of consultation and intense investigation. So that is why most of our investigation takes so long, so as to ensure that at the end of the day, we have a watertight case that can be able to stand in court.
Well, that's a good point that you make, because one of the suspects that Thandi spoke to yesterday, she told us she thinks she's just been arrested for being on the pro-Jacob Zuma WhatsApp group. Can you assure us that you have more evidence merely than names on a WhatsApp group?
Indeed, we have watertight cases, or as I already indicated, on these individuals that they have already been brought before the court of law. You will remember that we're using a lot of methods through our investigation with the assistance of our crime intelligence, our cybercrime, as well as digital forensic investigation to gather evidence and to ensure that we link these individuals positively to the crimes that they've allegedly committed.
One of the things she said as well is that I haven't benefited financially from any looting. I'm not a wealthy person. Is that the link you're looking for, though?
Not exactly. We're not looking for any of those. We're just looking for people who were involved in the instigation and the incitement of these actions or the activities that happened in July, those that led to the looting and the public violence which took place in KZN as well in other parts of GP. The status and the financial status of the person is of no importance to us.
So 34 arrests this month. There were some arrests last year. How many arrests in total if we look at the arrests from last year and this year now?
When we're looking at the arrests from last year and this year, we're looking now at the 42. It's now 42 people that have been arrested. And we can indicate and safely say that we still have a long way to go. There's still more arrests to be made in this regard.
So you seem to be making arrests quickly now. Can we expect more arrests in the coming days?
Anytime, Sally, we can be making arrests because investigation still continues. We may not be having the larger operation like we did this past week, but we still continue with the investigation, and more arrests will be seen in days to come.
So it was interesting as well, Zuma, who of course is the daughter of the former president, she threw down the gauntlet earlier this week. She says she expects a Hollywood-style arrest. It's well known that she put out a lot of very controversial tweets around the time of the July unrest. As far as we know, she hasn't as yet been arrested. You have confirmed, however, she is being investigated. Could you tell us a little bit more about that investigation?
Unfortunately, sir, we cannot confirm at this stage who we are still investigating. We can confirm that we are investigating all the people who are alleged to have been involved in the instigation and the incitement of this July unrest. But up until we have arrested such individuals, charged them and brought them in the court of law, we cannot at this stage confirm who they are or when they will be arrested.
She says that she's expecting a Hollywood-style arrest. That's what she's been told. Is that what might be planned? And if so, would you let us know so we can bring our cameras?
For every arrest that we're going to make, we will definitely inform and invite the media where it is necessary. It doesn't matter as to who gets to be arrested on that particular day.
Talk to me about what makes a crime on social media. What's the difference between someone just saying how they feel, freedom of speech, getting angry, saying something derogatory or angry, and an actual crime of incitement? I mean, how do you draw the line? Do you have to draw a link between what a person says on social media and how people specifically respond? How do you do this?
Indeed, there is a difference between those. As you said, a person can express his views or his perceptions in the social media, but there is a difference when somebody incites the commission of a particular crime, like it happened in this instance. So you have to check those messages. You have to follow certain measures also, but I wouldn't want to go deeper into that. But there's a very thin line between those two. Hence, now we're able to link these particular individuals with incitement, as it became apparent that it was not only about viewing or expressing their perceptions or their views into this matter, but it was indeed more to do with incitement.
Is there a precedent? Has anyone in South Africa been prosecuted for incitement after putting something controversial on social media?
I believe this is one of the cases that are still new in South Africa. Maybe that is one of the reasons that led to these cases taking so long, because now we didn't have any precedent before. But I believe moving forward, we now know what to do and what to look for in future.
All right. Well, thank you so much for giving us such a comprehensive update. Spokesperson for the Hawks, Thandi Mbambo, 34 arrests just this month alone. We've got over 42 arrests, and we have heard that in total around 80 arrests may take place. It certainly seems like they have built up quite a momentum in the recent weeks.